Wild card. Who do you think is going to come out of the wild card?
I think that there'll be one from each division. I'm going to go Orioles, Guardians, Astros.
Okay. All right. Now I'll say Boston coming out of there. And I've got two. I've got Central. I've got the Cleveland. I think Cleveland comes out of there also. And out of the West, who did you say coming out of the West?
I said the Astros.
Okay. I think Seattle will be better. I mean, they haven't hit. And I get that. The A's are another team. Look, they might be sneaky good this year. They made a couple of moves. They signed Rooker to an extension. That was kind of something else. They went out and signed Severino and did that. And they just tend to know how to spoil Ranger fun. That's for one thing, no matter how good they are or not. But I agree. I think every team will have representation because I think at the top of every division, there are two teams that will be solid all year. I think the Yankees aren't going to make it. I don't think with the pitching injuries they've had that they're going to have to produce at an offensive level that I just can't. I think eventually that doesn't carry them anywhere. You're going to run into pitching that'll shut you down one night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could. You definitely could. I mean, that division's going to be tough. So, yeah, I think that sounds about right. I think, and then I think the Rangers will win the American League. If that's our next prediction, right?
It is.
Short series, DeGrom, Eovaldi, they can address things at the trade deadline, and the lineup's deep enough that they're not going to get held down for it's going to be hard to hold them down for an entire series. It could happen, but I think the Rangers and Phillies will go to the World Series, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll just take the Rangers. A little bit of a homer pick. I'm trying to generate some good vibes. I'd like another book deal. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens there. But let's do Rangers, Phillies, Rangers. All right.
I also have the Phillies. And look, I've said this all along. You've said it all along. You need three good pitchers for the playoffs. You need three good starters. They've got DeGrom and they've got Eovaldi, who are two guys that even if they're semi-off can hold the team to 3 runs. Or even 4 at the worst, but they know how to pitch. They don't walk a lot of people. They throw strikes. They come after you. And after that, look, this is the first series of the year, but you look at what Jack Leiter did, in that start. That could be the third. You got John Gray, who looked amazing in spring training. I mean, John Gray looked great. He's finally healthy with that foot. It was that thing he had with his foot that's healthy. This is just a freak accident. Cody Bradford, who did so well last year. Rocker, let's see if Rocker gets his strike zone together and figure. Remember how Chris Young said at spring training when he had that spring when he played for Bochy and boy, couldn't get anybody out. And Bochy looked at him and said, "You're just off a second. You're just one little inch. You're off. It's just a matter of figuring that thing out." Where Rocker's got the stuff. If he finds it, he could be. They just got so much depth. There's 3 guys there to face any team in the playoffs, which you need 3 good starters. They've got 3 good starters out of those 6 or 7. They'll find 3.
Yeah.
That's the reason that I think that they'll do well. Now, who do you got winning it all? You got the Rangers. I do. I'm going to go with the Dodgers. I'm a Ranger homer. I want the Rangers to win it. I'm not apologetic about wanting the Rangers to win it. You do because you got a book deal out of it, and that's always fun. But I'm going to go Dodgers just because the Dodgers were the champs last year, and you got to knock off the champs from the year before. And so I'll go with the Dodgers there.